how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ange. We're here again, another video. This one is gonna be about meal prep. So specifically meal prep to help you not eat out so much, meal prep to help you maintain your physique, or meal prep to help you lose weight. So basically in this video, I'm gonna be processing different meats. So we're gonna do pork loin and then whole chickens. And then we're also gonna do some sides to have with it during the week. And also I'm gonna make some snacks. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, and for starters, I'm going to go ahead and start with cutting up some vegetables. So we have red and yellow bell pepper. Red bell pepper takes the cake. I think that it tastes way better than yellow or orange. And then also I'm cutting up some carrots, and these can be for cooking meals during the week, but I'm going to use them for just plain snacking. So I cut up all of these vegetables, lid them up, saran wrap, body bag, and then into the fridge. And now we're going to start with the hummus. So we are going to need 3 cans of chickpeas, about 180 milliliters of tahini. Tahini, not tahini. Okay, let's get back to it. And then you're gonna need 3 whole lemons, or limes, whatever you call them, and then 6 tablespoons of olive oil, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin, salt to taste, and then a tablespoon of minced garlic. So this garlic here is actually confit garlic that I had in the freezer, so that's why it looks like dates. Okay, so chill out. So now we're going to add everything to the blender. So the chickpeas, the oil, the lemon juice, the tahini, the minced garlic, cumin, and the salt. And then now we're going to blend this all together nice and smooth as you want it. And then my all-time favorite part is actually trying it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little sample here. I'm going to put some oil on top and then some chili flakes. And look at that. Did I buy this at the grocery store? And then dip a carrot in, you know, the ones that I cut up earlier, and then crunch. Delicious. And don't get me wrong, I love the ones at the grocery store, but there's just something about homemade that's just mwah, chef's kiss. Now let's store these in the fridge. And this part here, this is my husband. He is processing 2 whole chickens, or no, it was 4 in all. So we got 4 whole chickens at Costco, and he is going through the process here. And then whenever he's done with the process, I bag them up and then stick them in the freezer. So let's go ahead and go through all of the different cuts that we got. We got 8 chicken thighs, my all-time favorite, 8 tenderloins, and this vacuum seal food saver is a game changer. And next we have chicken breasts, 8 drumsticks, and I'm genuinely curious, how do y'all make drumsticks? So I did see a video where a lady butterflied them and then made them in a pan with seasonings and everything. That looked really good. I might try that. Yeah, let me know down below how y'all make yours. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and clean the counters, do a little bit of a reset, and then get these bags dated and then into the freezer. I ended up having fried chicken wings for dinner, so I did not bag and tag these. They were absolutely amazing. It turned out great. Okay, and I got these babies into the freezer. And so now I'm going to focus on this boneless pork loin right here. I'm going to pull it out, let it thaw on the counter for maybe 3 hours, and then start cutting into it. So since it was in the freezer for a bit, it's still a little bit frozen, which makes it so much easier to cut through. And I cut these very thick, I know, but I do that on purpose because I ultimately end up cutting them into tiny cubes anyway and make rice bowls or rice bowls with veggies. It just makes it easier for me. This whole thing was 9.78 pounds, and the price was $14.75, so $1.49 a pound. And just for comparison here, let's go ahead and search on the app at my local grocery store and compare the prices and see how much you can actually save. So I'm looking on the app here, and I found the prepackaged one. So these are already cut out for you, and it looks like $4.05 a pound and $6.64 each. So savings per pound would be $2.56, you'd say. So overall, buying the whole pork loin is a much better deal per pound. Even if you only used a small portion, you'd save a few dollars compared to buying it pre-sliced. Plus, if you're willing to cut and store the rest, you get way more meat for your money.
That's what she said.
Okay, sorry, had to. My bad. Let's get back to it. More effort up front, but bigger savings in the long run. So a win-win. So this is what I have been doing for a while, and I do buy everything in bulk and just process it myself because it's cheaper over time, hands down. And I don't mind doing the extra work. I can always find time to do the extra work. You have time to scroll on social media for 2 hours? How about prep food instead? Now let's go ahead and get these dated and into the freezer and keep moving on. All right, so next on the list is one of my favorites. I'm going to be making bone broth. These are chicken scraps from the last time I processed whole chickens. I'm going to make it in the Instapot. It's going to be the whole bag of chicken and then water filled up to the max line. There is a difference between chicken broth and chicken bone broth. So chicken broth is made with meat and some bones. It's simmered for a short time, and that's how you get the light, flavorful liquid. Chicken bone broth is made mostly with bones. It's also cooked longer to extract collagen, making it richer and more nutritious. So in a pressure cooker, chicken broth takes about 30 to 60 minutes, while cooking bone broth, it takes 2 to 4 hours, and it gives it that more gelatinous look whenever it cools down. So I do keep mine very plain. I don't add anything to it because sometimes I end up giving a little bit to my dogs. I am now taking all of the bones out of it. It did end up cooking for about 3 hours in the Instapot, and now I'm going to pour it through this sieve to get all of the remaining bits out. I went ahead and rinsed out the Instapot so I can pour all of this back into the Instapot. And now I'm going to take this and put it into the fridge, and I'm going to wait for it to chill and all the fat will rise to the top, and then I'll be able to scrape it out once it solidifies. And here it is, looking beautiful. So let's go ahead and scrape all of this off of the top. And as you can see, it's jiggling underneath. It's like a gelatin. And this is also said to support joint health, digestion, and skin. Look at this jiggle. Bands, 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 bands. Bands make her dance.
Daddy, chill.
So I'm going to splash this absolutely everywhere, and then I'm going to pour it into these mason jars, and I'm going to leave a little bit of headspace at the top because I will end up freezing a few of these. Also remember that this is very concentrated. You can always add water to it to make more. You can add chicken stock to rice. You can add it to soups. You can add it to other dishes. My favorite way to eat it actually is just to heat it up with salt and pepper. It's so good. Okay, and then speaking of other dishes, I'm going to move on to making rice. I like to prep this for a couple of days because I do eat rice pretty much every day. And the portions I end up doing here is 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. I typically use bone broth, but at this point I hadn't made it yet. And so I'm just doing water and beef bouillon, or you can do chicken, whichever. And then just hit the rice and it'll cook for 10 minutes and then bam, there you go. Beautiful rice. Look at that. It comes out so fluffy. And it's even better with the bone broth. It has way more flavor. So now I'm just going to package these up, and you guessed it, stick them in the fridge and then eat this for a couple days. Okay, so I know that I said that the bone broth was my favorite, but I might have to switch it over to sourdough bread. So this is my starter that I started the night before. I'm going to mix this with some water and make sourdough bread. I typically make sourdough bread twice a week or once a week, depending on how many I do. This batch here, I make 3 loaves of sourdough bread, and I've just been loving this experience. It did take me a while to mature the starter. I started the starter. I created my starter in September of last year, and it has finally matured enough to where I make the sourdough bread. It just comes out really great every time. I'm really getting the hang of it. I'm loving the process. I'm loving just being able to make sourdough bread, sourdough bagels, and I love keeping up with that stereotype. I'm just a regular, typical white bitch. Okay, look at this. So it has proofed. Look how huge it got.
That's what she said.
Now I'm gonna flour the surface, throw the dough down, and then start separating this into 3 separate loaves. And here they are looking gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in the oven. And here's one of the loaves. This is how it came out. It looks beautiful. It's still piping hot. But look at the bottom. So I did not put parchment paper. I just lined the bottom with tallow, beef tallow. And it is so crunchy and gorgeous. Here, listen to this. Listen to this.
Into the mouth. Nice.
So this came out amazing. And then here's the second loaf right here. So once again, the crispy bottom. And then look, whenever I squeeze it. Oh my goodness. These came out so good. I was so proud of this batch. So let's get into the snacks that I make with the sourdough bread. Starting off strong here. I have sourdough bread slices with mayonnaise. That is mayonnaise on top. The official condiment of my complexion. So my birthday was last month. And for my birthday, I got an immersion blender. And the moment it touched my hands, I just instinctively started making mayonnaise. mayo. It's muscle memory at this point. After I made the mayo, I spread it onto the slices of sourdough bread and then put them on high heat on the cast iron. And then I made myself a little bit of guacamole. Just real simple. So avocado, lime juice, salt, pepper, and then I put some crushed red peppers on top to give it a little kick. And these were amazing. I gave one of them to my husband. I'm not a big bag. I'm lying. This was actually my second helping. Shh. But look. Okay, so moving on to the next snack here. Okay, so I am weighing everything out. I'm trying to count my calories currently at this point. Trying to lose a little weight. Hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer does not exist. If you're a just say that.
What the fuck?
So that's what I'm doing here. This next one is just peanut butter on a slice of sourdough bread. And that's me counting the calories. And now I'm gonna slice up this banana. And then place them beautifully on top. And then I'm gonna get some honey and drizzle that. 397 calories. Those calories sure do creep up on you. Dang, this was delicious. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna boil some eggs. I do love me some hard-boiled eggs, especially peeled, ready to go. Sometimes I'll eat 3 or 4 for breakfast, and it just fills me up for the rest of the day. So that's a very simple one, easy. Nah, don't really need to tell you how to do that. This next one, this one's pretty easy. It's very good. Very simple. I get a huge container at my local grocery store. I'm just going to measure out some yogurt. So I'm going to do the serving size, which is 140 calories in each of these. I am going to top them with some frozen berries. And then do a good drizzle of honey on the top and stir these up. And then stick them in the freezer. And then you get kind of a froyo snack, low calories. It's really good. They come out amazing every time. I really love this snack. Okay, and next up, just because I can, I do have this leftover box of pancake mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the serving size of these and just get rid of this box and then stick the pancakes into the freezer. So let's go ahead and get into that. So pretty self-explanatory, just follow the directions on the box. And now I'm just gonna cook these up in the cast iron. Once I'm done with that, I'll package these up and then put them in the freezer. So the really cool thing about this is you're gonna have pancakes ready to go. Instead of buying like the box in the frozen section in a grocery store, you can just get a box like this, make all the pancakes, and then freeze them. It's cheaper and fast and easy, ready to go, especially if you're running out the door. And this was just the remaining of what I had in that box. So I'm gonna go ahead and package these up and stick them in the freezer. You can always just leave them in the fridge if you know that you're gonna go through them very quickly.
All right, and that is it. So that's basically what I do. I really do love prepping at home because number one, it saves money, it's better quality and control of the ingredients, and it's a time saver in the long run. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know if y'all want any more content like this. I was thinking of doing something similar, maybe calorie counting, calorie deficit type of video. Just let me know below. Please like my videos, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much. Bye.